guys, and welcome to a very special episode of the Double Dose podcast.
So, we are talking about our cruise, and this literally was the experience of a lifetime.
If you want to find out anything Royal Caribbean, this is where you need to be.
And let me just tell you, it is a bucket list item that everybody has to experience because whatever we thought it was going to be, it was literally a million times better.
I know, I have to start by saying I do not know why we didn't get into cruising. Like, my mom and dad, our mom and dad, cruise a lot. They've been over 30
Every
cruises.
year.
Every year, their mode of operandi is cruising. And they are fabulous cruises. Like, if you watch our content and you see Losh and I and our outfits, let me tell you, mom and dad are matching on every cruise. And they are fabulous cruises. But somehow, we mistakenly thought that cruising was for older people.
So it gave the impression that it was for retired people, it was laid back, it was relaxing, and there wasn't much to do. Boy, were we wrong.
Oh my goodness. I think one of the biggest regret of my life is that we didn't take the kids on a cruise much younger.
Absolutely. I think you wouldn't even need to leave the ship.
Yeah. So we're a big Disney family and we have taken the kids to Paris Disney, Orlando Disney, Hong Kong Disney, the works. I wish that we had rather taken them on a cruise.
Yes, but we hope that you don't make this mistake. So if you've got young kids, please watch the kiddies areas. Stay tuned. It's coming soon. It was incredible. But I think the whole experience is so phenomenal. So from the moment we flew into Spain and the ship left from Malaga.
Oh my goodness. I never knew Malaga existed.
Absolutely. Same with me. And it was beautiful. I think that
The
where you're
port-
sailing from is so important as well.
I think that's also one of the best things about taking a cruise, right? Because you can always extend your stay at the beginning and the end. So we did a few days extra at Spain where we boarded, and then a few days extra at Rome where we disembarked.
Yes, so I think that is the best thing about traveling on a cruise. And we traveled with Yatisha. Hey, Yatisha.
Hey, Atisha.
Has been to over 48 countries, and traveling with somebody that well traveled has taught us such a lot of lessons.
Totally. I know to follow the green sign when I'm in the airport. Firstly.
First of all, to not get lost, just follow the green sign. So even navigating airports, right? When you need to
Yes.
do it quickly,
Yes.
it's amazing to learn skills like that.
Absolutely. Remember again, Losh and I went for the first time on our own without families. So we had to pay attention.
So we are two very different people.
Yes.
I am my husband's hype person. He is a very serious when it comes to booking trips. He does all of the research. He doesn't allow me to keep my passport.
You know, like we are even scared of him. Like it's serious.
He's
stuff.
that airport dad, right?
Yeah.
So I've never even kept my own passport.
No, so in our house, I am the passport keeper. Privan is the payer of all bills. But luckily enough, now we have Mia. So Mia is the boss of us. So
Yes.
I was a little bit on the background for our second holiday. But this was now taking responsibility for yourself.
And when my husband left me, the words he told me was, "Don't be unconscious."
And then when he phoned me and her, he told us both, don't be unconscious.
And we were not unconscious because we had Yatisha, who was very conscious.
That's 100% true. Guys, when we first saw the ship, so the first experience with the ship was at our breakfast at Malaga, and we caught a glimpse from our balcony of the ship, and I cannot explain the excitement. Like, maybe it's like a kid going to Disney World.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what it felt like. It was magnificent. I think the grandeur of it is what captured you because we were really far away, but we could see it so clearly. And this is because it's huge, right?
Yeah. In fact, it is 365 meters, which is longer than Gateway, to put it into perspective, and 20 floors. So it is massive.
Massive. Literally an entire resort on the sea while you're exploring other countries. I mean, what's not to love about that?
Getting on board was the best process. Everybody was hyping you up. There was so many activations and so many exciting spots.
I mean, you felt special from the moment you stepped onto the ship. And I
also,
love that.
Passport control and stuff was very easy, right?
So easy to get into. So you got onto the ship, maybe it was about 10 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
and you set sail at 4. From the minute you get onto the ship, if I tell you all inclusive, it is all inclusive.
I have never experienced such luxury. We walked in and we were literally overwhelmed, like tears in our eyes, because we did not expect that.
No, we didn't. And I think that it is apparently from everybody that's cruised before, and there were a lot of old time cruises on the
Yeah.
ship with us. They said that is everybody's first time experience
Yeah.
because I literally went in tears.
Yeah,
It
Losh
was
literally,
overwhelming.
yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
She saw your t-shirt and she burst out crying. Guys, there is nothing that explains the grandeur of the ship. You walk in, the dome that is so famous is the most beautiful thing you've ever seen. The balloons are all ready for the balloon drop in the evening. And then we made our way to a cabin. Now, we have done MSC cabins
Mhm.
and local cruises, so we kind of thought we knew what to expect in a room. But boy,
Were we surprised? If I tell you, firstly, we had an enclosed balcony.
and I think an enclosed balcony is where it's at.
It's the
because
best
now
one
you're
you can
not
hit.
losing room space in your cabin.
No.
You have a window that goes all the way down, so you still have a full sea view, but you have the extra space with 2 chairs and a coffee table. Then you have your 2 beds and a huge couch.
I think what is so clever about a cruise room is that they have thought about everything. So there's like literally, I think, 100 ports on that. It's for every country. You are not short of charges. You do not need a multi-plug.
Listen, let me just put it this way. There is a makeup light for your makeup. Guys, now then you know everything is thought of.
There's such a lot of storage. So you could unpack all of your clothes, and then the beds are high enough so your luggage goes underneath your bed. There's no looking through suitcases and doing all of that on your holiday,
And-
right?
And again, if you watch Losh and I stories, we took a lot of clothes. Like
Wow.
Yatisha saw us and like, girls, what are you doing?
Yes.
All of our clothes fitted in all the cupboards. So there was nothing. Our room was spotless the whole time we were there.
And I think not having to lug suitcase around when you are traveling is something that is like a game changer.
I think that
you
is like
almost look at reducing the number of places you go to because of the thought of lugging.
no, but like
luggage,
going
right?
to an airport, and we did this just now in Thailand, right? When you're going from Phuket to Bangkok, it means getting up early, repacking your bags, transferring to the airport, waiting 2 hours, but you obviously have to be early, getting to the new place, going to the new hotel, waiting to get book into the new hotel. It's an
It's
entire
almost
nightmarish day.
And it's a day lost, right?
And it's a day lost, yeah.
So I think this is the best way to tour, and it's something we should do like indefinitely. I don't see myself doing a land only holiday. That's how obsessed
And
I am with the cruise at the
Let
moment.
me tell you, the other thing that I was always concerned about when cruising, I'm like, you just have one day to tour. We landed in Spain and we booked a golf cart tour, which is a personal tour.
Which we never knew existed before
No,
this,
we
right? Because
didn't.
we've always done like big bus and that kind of tours before.
Yeah. And in 3 hours, we saw the entire Madrid. Like
Yeah.
all the hotspots, took our photos. And then for the rest of the time, it was just sightseeing, choosing where to eat. So one day is actually more than enough.
More than enough, because if you get a golf cart tour, it's personalized. So it's literally just your family. You can do whatever it is that you want to do, what's important for you to see. They take you to the best spots to get the best photos. I just think it is such a winner and the only way to tour now, right? And it wasn't much more than
Expensive than a big bus
a
tour.
big bus tour. Absolutely.
I don't even know where to talk. Let's talk about the food. Guys, everybody was DMing us asking about the food, and I don't even know if we can do it justice. Because again, our benchmark is local cruises.
So I think that the food is 5-star at every place you eat, but you don't realize how many places you eat. And I always thought I had a lot of self-control and discipline. I'm really good about eating
No.
healthy. Turns out it was because it wasn't all inclusive.
It wasn't free.
Because somebody was eating pizza at 2 o'clock in the morning. That's right.
Selectors, here we come.
So the food
Guys.
was phenomenal. The first day we went to Windjammer, it's like lobster galore. Literally seafood,
I was-
lobster.
And lobster in every form. There was grilled lobster, there was cold lobster, there was lobster salad, there was prawn cocktail, there was grilled prawns, there was grilled chops,
There was
there was
burgers,
there
there
was
was
burgers, there was
pizza.
mac and cheese, there was pizza, there was an Indian station
And then just
with
when you
dal
thought, oh
makhni.
my gosh, there was the chicken tikka and the dal makhni.
Lush comes back and she's got rice and dal and a little bit of chicken tikka.
Dal and rice. You know when you're traveling,
I'm like, what is going on there? There's lobster. She got a dal and rice. And then the dessert was a whole huge station. Like, and tasty. So it's not that there's an abundance of food, because anybody can do an abundance of food.
Yes.
It is that the food
was the
is
tastiest.
divine. Like, if I had to put it Durban standards, and we think that, oyster box food is presented well, tastes well, it's better.
It's the best food we've ever eaten.
Yeah, it really is.
Every day at every place that we ate at.
So every day you have the choice to eat at Windjammer, which is a buffet,
Mhm.
or the main dining room, which is very sophisticated, very smart, and you can order a la carte with the best presentation
And
of
did you
meals.
order one starter, one meal, and one dessert?
That would be a no.
Because you can order as many starters, as many meals, and we
Like,
took advantage of that.
I'm dreaming about the escargot. Like the escargot,
It was the most delicious thing we've ever tasted.
everything was. The waiters, the service was so amazing. And then on top of it, they also your entertainment, because the one day we had the main dining hall and the waiters just break out into a mob flash dance. It was the biggest vibe ever.
It was incredible. The entire experience is so fun. You cannot get bored.
And then there are also specialty restaurants. So if you want to choose to pay and go to a specific restaurant, be it a teppanyaki, there is a magical train that goes through different areas and you get served food from those areas. Definitely a dining experience. There was a beautiful Hollywood show.
Oh yes, that was beautiful
It
as
was
well.
sort of
Yes.
old Hollywood with a plated pairing of food and wine that looked amazing. So you also have the choice to dine at specialty restaurants. But guys, the truth is you don't need to, because the food is so
The
good.
food
Why
is
would
so
you go
good.
pay?
You actually don't need to do
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
And I think that the drinks were quite phenomenal. So
Yeah.
the all-inclusive package includes soft drinks that are in this machine. You've never seen anything like it.
No.
We were drinking lemon Coke. We were drinking orange Coke.
Yeah. No, wait.
Fab.
Coke Zero. You guys know we don't drink Coke, right? So you
Yeah.
press Coke Zero expecting a Coke Zero.
You can choose peach, mango, orange.
They were like
Coke
10
Zero.
flavors of Coke Zero. Nothing has made us happier.
Yeah. So it's 10 flavors of every cool drink. It was
like
phenomenal.
made Coke, Fanta, but everything's got a flavor. Lemon Fanta. Oh, we have to tell them about lemon Fanta.
Oh, it's our new obsession. So lemon Fanta is the most fab thing you could ever possibly drink.
And actually, we do have it in South Africa. Yeah, Tisha put us onto it, and we became obsessed. It's not the worst kilojoules, and it is fab.
Yeah, very fab. So I think that it's also nice that some drinks are included.
Yes.
Obviously, paid drinks are your alcoholic beverages,
Yes.
right? So you can always take that as a package.
Yes.
But you were just literally in heaven when it came to the food. Absolutely
And I
loved
think
it.
if you're traveling with a family and you're traveling with kids, and if you know what it is to travel in Europe, you know how expensive every water, every cool drink, you know how the kids are hungry at different times. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Everybody can eat at their own times. Everybody can eat 10 times. You are not concerned about packing snacks into your bag.
And I think, especially when you're traveling and you have a fussy eater, like we have Daika with a very selective palate, and if she didn't like anything, it's fine. She can just get something else. You know what I
Yes.
mean? There's no stress about you ordered this,
Wasting
you're
money.
paying in euros.
Yes.
I love that.
And then the shows.
The entertainment is first class entertainment. So if you know Broadway shows, firstly, it's really difficult to get tickets. Secondly, it costs an arm and a leg. And here it is all inclusive. Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was phenomenal.
It was amazing. It was a full Broadway production that you got included in your price. It was amazing.
And then there was the Aquadome.
Ah,
That was literally an acrobatic show with water attached. It was like you didn't know where to look. Everything was magnificent.
we've never seen anything like it. And I think we would have definitely paid money for that, right?
Definitely.
So every night there is a show. So every night you get to experience a different show, and it is phenomenal, all included.
And every night there's a party.
Oh yes,
So
there's a party every night.
There's a themed party, and we love dressing to a theme,
Yes,
right?
totally.
So every night on the promenade, everybody meets, the dancers are there, and you just dance away in your themed outfits. It was so much fun.
It was so much of fun. So we had, the first night was tropical.
Yes.
The second night was formal. The third night was leopard.
Yes. And then there was a 20th, 2000. There was a 2000 vibe.
A Y2K party.
Yes.
And every night was a vibe. With the acts and the dances and the sing-alongs all being according to theme. It was fabulous.
I think what's most phenomenal about being on a cruise, particularly if it's multi-generational, there is something for every age group. So the kiddies area is something else. From a carousel to the play areas to kiddies clubs for different age groups. So it started off as babies, then young kids, older kids, teens. There was literally groups for everything.
The play areas was amazing. The kiddies area even had a full buffet with stations that would be appropriate height to them. I mean, they thought of everything.
They thought of everything. And I love that that is amazing for the kids. But for the teens, they had such a lot of social activities. And I thought this was phenomenal. There were groups, there were games, there were pool tables, ice hockey,
basketball courts.
I mean, literally nobody would get bored, right?
Absolutely. And can we talk about that magnificence that we see on deck 16?
So this is called Thrill Island.
Oh my goodness.
Firstly, you go through all of the pools, which is amazing. There's hot tubs. You can do whatever you need to do in the water, right? That is amazing. But those slides.
Oh my goodness. It is like a full-blown water park with a flow rider simulating surfing all on a ship.
Yo. And can we talk about Crown's Edge? So this is a zip line that you go, you're literally off the ship and over the water. It was the most amazing thing I've ever done.
The views was insane, and we were 145 feet above sea level, hanging on the sea. It was amazing.
And I also love the fact that they really do encourage people to travel, even if you have to travel alone. There were a lot of singles clubs and a lot of activities for people traveling alone. And sometimes you may be the means to travel and nobody else is with you. And you could actually do a cruise because they actually cater for people like that.
I thought every night I had singles evening or singles meet here. I thought that was great.
Yes. So literally every aspect and every phase of life is included on the cruise.
And then there are a lot of clubs. So there was an 80s, 90s club with the 80s and 90s band. There was a dueling piano with two pianists, and they duel against each other. There was a few bars. There was
karaoke.
Oh, yes. There was karaoke. There was dance floors anywhere. So you could literally choose your activity after the day. So generally the evenings went supper, then deciding where we're going to chill, then meeting on the promenade for our 11 party, and then deciding where we're going to chill. We never went to sleep before 1 o'clock at any time.
No, definitely. And I think that is the lovely thing, because if somebody is tired, they can go to the room.
Yes.
There's no stress. Everybody can party exactly how they want to. I mean, that is the best part. You can have everybody happy.
Guys, there is so much to do. There is a shop to shop. There's a legend shop. There is pizza at 1 o'clock, because you can't go to bed without Sorrenta's pizza.
Exactly. There's
with
an
the
ice
ranch.
with the ranch dressing.
Yes. I mean, the activities are endless. They are the dance floor. There's putt-putt. There's a paddle court. There is a double-story casino. There is Thrill Island. There is an adult chill area. There's jacuzzis. There's a flow rider.
There's a lot of bars.
There's karaoke. There's an ice skating ring. There is escape room, which is so much of fun.
I mean, literally endless things to do.
Now let us talk about the day excursion. What is it like to leave the ship?
So I think that being on a ship and waking up in a new country every day is an experience like no other. That is just phenomenal, right? That's like dream come true. So when the ship docks, then you have the opportunity to go out. You can book an excursion with the ship, or you can just tour out on your own, whichever you're more comfortable with. Both are easy.
So we just did one stop because it was an influencer cruise, and we stopped at Pisa and Florence and La Spezia. Initially, we had booked to go out with the Royal Caribbean tour, but then it was a 10-hour tour and we were having FOMO about missing
So
10
that
hours
was
on the
to
ship.
Florence and Pisa. The
Yeah.
ship was so good that we missed going to Florence and Pisa because we chose to stay on the ship.
Yes, so we did do a day excursion, but we just did La Spezia, which is a beautiful Italian village.
Mhm.
And it was so easy to get off the ship, go grab a taxi, go into the city center. We had a beautiful lunch there,
Mhm.
and then we came back. So we were out for about 5 hours.
Yes, so you can choose how long you want to be off the ship as long as you back by set time, which I think was about 8 p.m.
Yes, exactly. So you have the whole day out in the country that you dock at, which I think is fantastic.
So
If you're ready to leave the ship.
the only problem is you never want to leave the ship.
True, true, true.
So I think that the best thing about cruising is that it really does allow you to spend quality time with the people that you're with. And sometimes in holidaying, you actually don't get that because you want to make the most of every minute and doing everything that you almost need a holiday after the holiday.
Yeah, here you can relax. How beautiful was that chill out area?
Oh man, it was phenomenal.
Hey, it was so calm and so relaxing just to sit in your room and look at the sea or go up to the deck and have a look while you're in the pool at the ocean. There's something so relaxing about being on a ship.
So we decided we need to experience every bit of the ship. So we did go to the ship.
Oh, yes, there's a gym. Of course, you know we're going to go to the gym.
But what surprised me was how many other people were at the gym.
Everybody was gymming every day. We didn't gym every day, but let me tell you, there is a running track that goes around the ship. So you have a sea view while running, which we couldn't resist. And we did do the run, and it was amazing.
It was amazing. So I think that is also so important, right? I mean, literally, whatever you want and whatever you wish for, it is there.
It was the best experience of our lives. And like, we cannot say enough how a cruise is something every family should do from as young as they can, because there is no age limits to cruising, and they are memories your family will hold on very dearly for the rest of their lives. So we actually feel bad that we haven't taken our family, and we definitely doing a Euro 2027 cruise.
So the best thing about cruising with Royal Caribbean is that you don't just have to do Legends of the Sea, right? This is the ship that we went on, but they have so many ships
Yes.
and each one is as phenomenal. Now, you can choose the destinations that you want to go to. For Euro summer next year, there is Barcelona, Rome, France. I think there's a France,
Naples.
Naples.
Yeah.
That's the one we're looking at doing with our entire family next year.
Yes.
There's also one that does Greece, a little
Santorini,
Mykonos,
Mykonos,
yes.
which will be also wow.
Yes. And then there's also winter cruises. So you can do Japan in December.
Yeah.
Whichever area you want to go to, you will find a cruise that's going to do the cities in those areas. And I think that is amazing because they can be tailor-made to when you are free and available to sail. And prices very much differ according to the ship, to whether it's peak and not peak.
Yes.
But the all-inclusivity of it makes it more affordable than traveling to all of these areas individually.
Let me tell you, we stepped off the cruise on Friday and nothing hurt as much. I was so surprised. I said to Losh, it feels like Sunday dread when you have to go to school on Monday. Like, if you remember that feeling, that was what I was so sad to leave. And then I was excited because obviously we were going to do Rome. And the minute we stepped out, it was so hot that we needed to buy water. And then we pay for our water and we pay for our cool drinks. And I'm like, I don't think I'm built for this life.
Because the all-inclusive is that good, right?
Yes.
Particularly when you're doing Europe.
And you know what? When you're doing your day excursions on the ship, you can easily just pack your water from the ship, and so
you can pack all your snacks from the ship. Actually, in all honesty,
we said, but that's exactly what you can do, right?
Yeah.
So Europe is expensive to do meal per meal with paying everything.
Particularly if you're taking the kids, right?
Yeah, for a whole family. I think on average we pay sort of 600 Rand per meal.
Mhm.
And if you had to times that by a family of 4, it's 2,400. And then you times it by 3 times, you're spending like 7,500 a day on food in Rome. And that's minimal without snacks. And remember, the sun sets really late. So you can't not do 3 meals a day. So even if you're starting breakfast at 10,
Yes.
lunch at 3, you still have to do supper by 10. So you have to do 3 meals a day. So I would say between 7,500. And this is not like eating at the fanciest restaurant. We're just saying average. If you want to include some fancy dinners, then you're looking at 10,000 Rand a day.
Yeah. So I think that when you look at the cost of a cruise and the fact that it's all inclusive, even if another holiday appears cheaper on face value, what you end up spending in hindsight on everything that you eat and drink and visit ends up being more than that.
Totally. I mean, I can say from Thailand was a much cheaper holiday and the food was really cheap. But because we eat nice and then we want a Michelin star and then we want, it still adds up.
Yes.
A cruise would have
absolutely.
been much cheaper.
Yes.
Yeah?
Agreed. So I think that it's difficult. I know everybody is asking us about cost points.
Yes.
It's difficult to say because firstly, it depends on the cruise that you select and the cities that you select.
And the times you can travel. Like as I'm saying, my parents are such avid cruisers, but they are so lucky because they are retired. They earn their way there, but they can travel off peak.
Yes.
And we've always had kids at school, so we have to travel peak. Now they aren't at school, so we can maybe get away. So it just depends on your time frame because it makes a big difference, right?
And then there's also different continents that you can do. You don't have to do Europe. You can do America, you can do Asia. Wherever you want to go, prices differ. The ship is different. So I think that
The days are different.
the days are
number of
different.
days,
The number of days are different. So all of that needs to be factored in. So it's hard to give a benchmark figure.
Ball.
Park, I think ballpark is starting from about $1,000 per person for a 7 night.
Right. Okay.
Um,
To sort of 2,500.
but if you use code hashtag Resh Losh, you will get a discount on that. So
guys, use code Resh Losh because you want that discount. Yes.
So, but obviously, when we're saying that's a starting price for off peak, and then as you add on,
Yes.
it's different. But trust us when we say, just inquire. It is more reasonable than you think,
And I think,
and it is worth every cent.
yeah, and I think, the Cruises International said to us, it's so funny. We get second time, third time, fourth time cruises all the time because once you become a cruiser, you always become a cruiser. And I can see that for us happening, right?
Yes.
But we don't get as many people entering the market. And maybe because they're apprehensive like us, maybe local cruises put them off. Maybe they think they're going to be confined in the ship. And, which my husband thought. The reason I haven't cruised yet is that Prevan always thought that he's going to be confined. And he's been on FaceTime with me every day when I was on holiday and he's like, book the cruise. Like he said, book January. But I think weather also makes a big difference. So I said to him, let's not go in winter to Europe. Let's wait for June. So that's how come we're doing June.
So we are doing a Naidu Chesi family holiday
Yes, that we
next year,
can't wait for.
July.
Yes.
And I think also that when it comes to cruising, it is so specific to what your family likes, and you can choose something that is perfectly fit for your family.
So we started our journey in Spain. So I think that was one of the best things about cruising, right? Because you can always extend your stay at the beginning of where you're docking and then at the end of where you disembark. So we did 2 days in Madrid, and oh my God, Madrid is fabulous, guys.
So I think that what we found so amazing about the culture of Madrid is firstly, people love being outside. And it was hot, like we're talking 36 to 38 degrees. But again, I must say, it was a Durban summer feeling. It wasn't hotter than that. But people love to sit outside. So if you sit outside to dine, it is cheaper than sitting inside with the aircon. So we went into the air, we're like, aircon, of course.
And we were the only people there.
Only people sitting inside and paying the cheaper price.
And paying the cheaper price. Guys, the food in Spain is so delicious. The paella is all that you thought it's going to be. So we ate paella almost every day.
Yes, it was delicious. Their churros, also world famous, so good. I think I also love the people there.
They were so friendly. Like, I think my experience with some of the countries from Europe is that you're expecting people not to be friendly. And that's okay because you almost go with the expectation that people are not going to be friendly. Guys, we had our bags carried. We had the best service. We had the friendliest people. We stayed at CR7, so Cristiano Ronaldo's hotel, during the World Cup in Spain. And everywhere was such a vibe because they had Spain t-shirts and Spain pop-up stores for merch for the soccer. It was fabulous.
Let us talk about the shopping. So we specifically said we're not going on a shopping trip.
Yes.
But guys, we are getting ripped off in South Africa.
Africa.
Brands are so much cheaper there. But so is just Zara and Mango. Zara and Mango is Spanish.
So let me give you an example, right? We were paying on average sort of 200 to 250 rand for like cotton tops and sort of 400 rand for dresses like this.
Yes. So we did do a bit of damage.
And Losh was battling to push a bag. Let's just say my bags was behaving. Losh's bags were
When I got onto the cruise, I'm like, I'm not built for pushing bags on cobblestones. Yeah. And then we went to Malaga, and Malaga was completely different to Madrid because this was a coastal town.
Yes.
So it had an old school city vibe, but it was coastal and beautiful. It is literally the most beautiful place I've ever seen.
The buildings all over Spain, like whether it was Madrid or whether it was Malaga, is sort of old school, historic, very architectural, very Rome-like. Absolutely gorgeous.
So beautiful. So I think that highly recommend. Spain is one of my top favorite places
and
to visit.
Definitely don't ever miss Malaga. It is stunning.
Totally. And then when we disembarked, we ended up in Rome. Now, I've been to Rome before. It's Resh's first time.
Yeah.
And I've always told Resh, Rome is my favorite city in the world.
And I don't know where I was, but I was not in Rome. And guys, let me just tell you, I am now Roman. I am built for Rome. Rome is made for me. It is stunning.
So as much as they say Rome was not built in a day, we managed to do the golf cart tour there, and we managed to do it in a day.
We did fabulously because we even managed to get the most beautiful pictures outside Spanish Steps because we woke up really early.
Yes.
And we went, there was nobody in sight.
So our hotel was a few steps away from the Spanish Steps.
Oh, so one of the things we must say, when you're booking a hotel, book it in where you want to be. Because transport is expensive and it's also traffic that's a lot. So unless you're going to spend half your holiday commuting, rather spend a little bit more on your accommodation.
And the difference you're going to spend on an Uber on the daily is going to be the difference that staying in the central part of the space is going to be.
So we managed to get pictures of the Spanish Steps alone with just the two of us. That was fabulous.
That was amazing. We saw the Chevy Fountain. We saw the Colosseum. We went around to see...
Wait, let me tell you about our picture. So we go to the Colosseum, and while we're taking content, Yatisha is busy negotiating with one of the guys who has a real scooter for us to please borrow their scooter for some photo shoots. So she's like, Losh could sit there, and then Resh could sit there.
Yeah. She was a great photographer, photograph director.
She was a very big, she was the best director for our content. And guys, these are the photographs we got. I mean, this looks like a photo shoot.
Yes, so that was phenomenal. The next day we did the proper tour of the Vatican Sistine Chapel.
Oh my God.
That was beautiful.
I was obsessed. Like, I want to go and read Da Vinci Code. I am obsessed with Michelangelo. I'm obsessed with the paintings. I am just taken back. And now I am in sort of that genre, and it's very hard for me to come out of it.
Yeah, true and valid.
Yeah,
so
because I'm Roman.
So I think one of the most fun parts about being in Rome is to be at a certain square at 9 p.m.
Oh my God. We have seen this everywhere. Dancing to this song in the evening in Rome was kind of bucket list, but we never really thought we could find the place to go to, right?
And when we found ourselves there and it happened, it literally was magical.
Oh my God. I get butterflies just thinking about that moment. That was one of my favorite moments in my life.
Yeah, so I think that was amazing. So because we managed to do everything in the first 2 days that we were in Rome, we managed then to do Amalfi Coast on the third day.
Guys,
you were not
time you think you can't find somewhere better, Amalfi Coast is like, and Yatisha's word, made by God. It's God's paradise.
Yes.
It is just showing off. You have never seen anything more beautiful. And I've said that about Malaga, but guys, you're stunning.
So beautiful. Definitely a bucket list. It's one of the stops on the cruise next year for the one that we are looking at. So I'm so excited for the kids to experience
and
this.
I'm saying we are so happy to redo it all because we were redoing it a lot and we really want our kids to see it. Sorrento's was beautiful, but let me tell you, they also had this little market that had the best shopping, like cottons. Losh's headscarf is from there. Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
So beautiful. So you can shop till you drop again.
Yes.
I think it's like a mixture of everything that was amazing. So let's talk about what was your game changer products on this trip.
Okay, where do I start? First, let's start shoes. If you're in Europe, floors are uneven and cobblestone. And guys, we researched, and somebody says buy the Crocs Miami sandals.
Yes, you had that right. We use Crocs,
But,
but they were so cute.
they went with every outfit, which I still can't understand because they're minimalistic Croc. They went even if I wore a long pencil skirt, and they were so comfortable. I continued to wear it for my Thailand holiday, and it was comfortable throughout.
So please, Miami Crocs for sure, right?
Because your shoes can make or break you when you're traveling, right?
Yes.
Because you're doing 20,000 steps a day, you need comfortable shoes.
Yes. Can we talk about what sunblock we used?
Oh,
Because we were in a lot of sun and we're looking pretty good, right?
yes.
Coming back from
But
that
let me
holiday.
tell you, when you take care of your skin, this was a real stress. Like, I know I messaged Dr. P in the middle of the holiday and I said, I am so stressed because I'm so worried about my skin. Because as you know, if you followed us, we've done a Cosmoland peel and we've been very good about sun care. And she said to me, and I thought it was the best advice I ever got. She says, enjoy the time. We will sort you out when we come. But we had made sure we'd pop in and we had all our essentials. So we had used Helio Care tablets.
Yes. So this is sunblock tablets that you can take twice a day when you're in the sun, and that protects you.
Yeah. And then we had.
And that protects you without you having to touch up on top of makeup.
Yes, but we also had our color sign sunblock, which is a daily must-have for us. We had our Helio Care
spray sunblock,
which also gave you a beautiful glow on top of being a sunblock. We had our color signs brush on powder sunblock to touch up in the middle of the day. So we were covered when it came to sunblock.
And of course, our skincare is always miso, because a lot of people were asking me what skincare are you using, and it is miso aesthetics, which maintained our skin and our skin barrier throughout, right?
And I think that is really important, right? You are away from home 2 to 3 weeks at a time when you're on vacation. We were not prepared to let our skincare routine go. So we did skincare every morning and every night of our entire vacation.
For sure. And then foundation and makeup.
Oh.
So I actually did a reel about this already. So when you on a holiday that is influencer based, you need to look good every day, in person, on camera, morning to night.
And so Losh and I decided, you pack some foundation and I pack the others, and then we'll decide. And luckily for us, on day 1, we found our dream foundation.
Yes, day 2.
It was day 2.
Yes.
And luckily for us, on day 2, we found our dream foundation,
which was the Crayolan TV Paint Stick. It was phenomenal, guys.
At the end of the day, I looked at Losh. I'm like, you're looking so lovely. And she looks at me like, you're looking so lovely. And we were hype girls. But honestly, our makeup looked nice. Like at 1 o'clock at the end of the day in the scorching heat of Spain.
And I'm using it up to now. I've used it every day.
So I carried on using it in Thailand.
Yes.
And Thailand was a different heat because it was extremely humid. Makeup lasted fine the entire day.
And the best part about this foundation, if you use my code BTS Losh, it is 411 Rand.
No, that's insane.
That's crazy, right?
Off. But I'm saying like 400 Rand, and that TV paint stick is going to last you forever.
Yeah. So I highly, highly recommend. Even I was surprised that that was the one that we ended up with.
And let me tell you, your Tisha was with us, so she can bear testimony, and she has ordered her TV paint stick. So you know.
Yes, yes. So I'm saying, I am somebody that generally alternates between foundations quite happily.
And this is how much of foundations we have.
Yes, and now I don't think I'll ever reach for another one.
I know. I'm feeling sad for our other foundations.
Exactly.
The TV paint stick is great. So that was makeup, but let me tell you, for hair, Heatless Curls was a game changer.
Heatless Curls at the GHD, once again, dry shampoo.
Oh, yes. That was our secret. Like every single night, we just did Heatless Curl. We never took out a hair iron.
So in the morning, because we had such a lot to do, you needed to do your hair, you needed to do your makeup, but you didn't really want to do hair as well, right? Heatless Curls is a game changer. It's something that we do at home as well, right? Yes. But I think that everybody needs to learn how to do Heatless Curls.
Totally.
You literally don't have, you wake up, remove it, and your hair is flat.
And no damage.
Yeah. Definitely.
And that leaves more time for you to choose your outfit. Guys, can we just talk about how coordinated Losh and I was? Now, this is so funny because my mom phoned us and said, how you packed your clothes so nicely, you're matched. We did not live in the same house.
No.
Neither did we pack together. In fact, Losh got the luck of my mom. So my mom helped her to pack.
So I'm like, Mom, you were with me when I packed. I never spoke to Resh. So we packed completely independently. In the morning, we said, like, what color are you thinking?
Yeah. Do
And
you
we're
have
like,
something green?
do you have something yellow? And
That's
yes,
how
I
we
do. And that's how
every
we matched every
single
day.
The last day in Rome, I was like, "Do you have a denim bustier?" And she says, "Yes."
Yes, I do.
I said,
And,
"No."
yeah.
And I looked at her. I said,
But I swear to God, we did not pack together
No.
and not a single outfit was planned.
No,
It
that
literally
is-
happened.
"Twin telepathy."
Absolutely. So I think that the other thing that we highly recommend for holidays, whether you're an influencer or not, is the DJI.
Oh my goodness. Like, if you want to know why our content looks so good, it's the first time we had professional camera.
Yes, so we use the DJI Osmo Pocket 4
Yes.
and we use the DJI Action 5. The Action 5 is so good. If you're doing the rides and action sports
Oh, that
and
was so much
things
of fun.
that gives you that POV while you're doing it, it was really, really amazing to see. It almost like you're reliving that moment again
And
when
I
you're
must
watching it.
say, the Action 5 is also great if you like into car racing. The kids are loving it. So it's really a good device to have.
Totally. And the Osmo Pocket 4 is like the most inconspicuous camera, but the quality on it and the clarity on it is phenomenal.
And if you know iPhones, right? We have iPhones and you look worse sometimes on the iPhone camera that you look in real life. Like, tell me why.
Mhm.
So then you need to edit, you need to clarify, bring up the brightness. And here on the DJI, we didn't need to do all of that. So we could post a lot more in real time, which was so much easier. As a content creator, it would be so much easier, even as a family just wanting memories together.
Because I think that photography is a huge part of holidays because you want those memories and those special moments captured. We also have the G7X.
Yes.
Which we also have the Canon G7X, which was amazing for photos,
And
right?
also so small that it can fit in your bag. Also, you want your equipment to be small enough to fit in your bag.
Yes, and I think the other items that went along with our photography items was the Ulanzi tripods that we had.
Yes.
So we had a selection of this, some with the MagSafe and some with the screw on for the cameras. And it was a game changer, right?
Because Losh and I had to be in content together. And obviously, firstly, everybody tells you be careful in Spain. So we weren't really going to hand our camera to somebody else to take a photograph of the two of us. But secondly, also, we didn't want to inconvenience anybody. So we wanted to do our content on our own. And selfie sticks are a game changer. And I think also selfie sticks are not made equally. Because if you have really expensive equipment, you're not going to put your DJI or your Canon on something flimsy that may fall over.
Mhm.
And Ulanzi was something we researched, not sponsored. They don't know we exist, but it's
Yes.
something that we found on our own. We had to order some of it from Amazon.com, but it was fairly reasonable price, and it was game changer for holiday.
Yeah.
All my holiday content, even from Thailand, of four of us together in a photograph, is because we had a selfie stick.
Yeah. So when we say selfie stick, there's something that can be used as a selfie stick, but it's also a tripod, right?
Yes.
So highly, highly recommend that as well for
Yes.
photography.
Guys, I have goosebumps just talking about our experience. Like, I still am in utter disbelief that this opportunity was given to us. And again, we cannot be more grateful to Cruises International, Royal Caribbean Africa, and Royal Caribbean for choosing us to represent their brand.
It was the best opportunity and experience of our lives. And we wish all of you could experience it too.
Yes, so remember to use our code for discounts, and we wish you a happy cruising holidays.